Hey, I'm John, and yeah, got lymphoma, and it's been 2 weeks since I started the first treatment. So I thought I would just give an update about the first 2 weeks, talk a little bit about it.
So this was pretty much day 3 or 4. Not really sure. What you see is what you get. Just laying in bed all day, just having zero energy. Uh, basically, I slept probably 8 to 10 hours a day. Um, every couple hours, I get up, go to the bathroom, and then come back, and go to turn on my phone, try to listen to a song to the end, and say, I told myself, as soon as if I could listen to the song like 3 minutes until the end, I'd get up and do something. Every time I went to sleep. So that was pretty much the experience of day 4 after getting the first chemo. Still managed to get some things done. Uh, did a little bit of workout. I'm going to do a video on the workout. I keep talking about it, but tomorrow. So to finish all that, walk around, nibble on a few things. That was about it.
So the first week after chemo, I basically was just laying in the bed all day, sleeping all day. It got a little bit better. So the first day or two after the chemo treatment, it was very much just sleeping on and off. So fall asleep for about 2 hours, wake up, be very, have no energy, kind of lay in bed, but you're somewhat awake, and then uh, fall back asleep for another 2 or 3 hours. So that was the first couple days after the chemo treatment. And then it progressed more of just like actually having less and less energy, but having more regular sleep. So I would go to sleep at night and then sleep pretty much, wake up in the morning, but go back to sleep, maybe early afternoon and sleep for 5 or 6 hours again. Um, yeah, and sometimes even more than that. So like 8 hours. Basically, I was just sleeping all the time for about the first week afterwards. And then after maybe, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 days, it started getting a little better. And now, for the past 2 days, I've had roughly approximately the energy levels I had before. So, I mean, it wasn't great before. I was still tired and sleeping, didn't have a lot of energy, but yeah, it's gotten back to that energy level. Okay, so besides sleeping, things I tried to do, well, for that first week where I was pretty much basically asleep the whole time, about all I was able to do was listen to like some audiobooks and maybe read a little bit in the bed when I wasn't asleep. But other than that, I wasn't really able to do much of anything. And I mean, and I didn't have much of an appetite either, so I ate maybe like one meal a day. Mm. I was still able to force myself to do a little bit of exercise though every day for that first week. So I did manage to walk for 30 minutes every day. And I also was able to do, I think, push ups on most of those days. There were some days where I didn't do very much. I've got like this little workout routine I try to do. I've got some exercise bands. So I did those on some days when I wasn't strong enough to lift weights or anything else. But I was able to do a little bit of, exercise like that and walk 30 minutes and then eat like a meal maybe a day. And other than that, I was pretty much sleeping. Um, yeah. And then I was able to listen to some audiobooks a little bit and read a little bit, but more than that, pretty much wasn't able to do anything. So yeah, so my daily routines. So like I said in the last video, I'm wanting to try to do everything I can to um, keep my energy as high as I possibly can. Keep my body as healthy as possible, at least the healthy parts. So I'm a very routine person. I create routines that I follow, and I'm pretty strict and disciplined in terms of whatever I decide that I'm going to try to accomplish each day. So I've got this routine that I've developed, and basically there's three things. I try to eat healthy, try to get good sleep, and then I also exercise. So some of the routines I'll do is, like I said, walk for 30 minutes every day. I was trying to put that up and say, like, if I can do it, I'm going to walk. If I can go faster than walking, I'll jog. The last couple of days I've been able to jog a little bit. Haven't gotten back to running yet. You know, of course, the last time I was able to run was several months ago. Then I've got some weight exercises I do if I'm feeling strong enough. So the past couple of days I felt strong enough to lift weights. Before that, I wasn't strong enough to lift weights. So I had, I was just too weak. So I have these exercise bands that I use, and I did some like body weight exercise, like basically body weight squats or, pulling on the exercise bands. I'll do another video showing the exercises I do for that. And then in terms of diet, my wife's been cooking really healthy. So we'll eat like cooked vegetables and soups and that kind of thing. And I'll try not to eat too many meals or too much a day. So, just in the mornings, I usually won't eat anything. And then at lunch, we'll eat a good meal. And then for dinner, we'll eat a good meal. And then at night, if I get hungry, that's something I wasn't able to do. Well, really, I didn't have much hunger the last couple days. And then it's been weird because the last couple days, I've just started getting like a lot of hunger. I don't really know why, but then I've started eating a lot over the course of the day. So that's pretty much it for the routines I got going. Other than that, I also do, I do meditation every day, so that helps a lot. That's the first thing I do in the morning when I'm taking my bowl of medications. Okay, it's not that much, but it's still a lot. A lot of tablets, and then I'll weigh myself in the morning. Now that's because of all the water I've got on my body. So I weigh myself, I take my blood pressure. What else do I do? Take all my medications, and then I'll meditate for maybe 15 minutes, and then read some, different text. Usually it's some kind of like Buddhist type text or Taoist or something like that. And then I kind of start my day. And I've been able to do that. Now, the good thing about meditation, everything I just said there, besides the reading at the end of it, is like, even if you're tired, you can just lay in bed and meditate. So how am I trying to be more positive in the world and help other people? Well, one of the things I did was I joined Reddit, which I haven't used hardly at all. And I, became a member. You can join different subreddits, or I guess they're like channels or something. And I went in and for the cancer ones, for lymphoma and cancer. And for the lymphoma, people will share their stories and they'll talk about what they're going through and everything. And, I just have gone through a couple of times and just tried to leave like positive comments, just saying, oh, I'm glad that, because they'll write maybe, oh, I went to the doctor and, my test came back that the cancer had shrunk or whatever. So I'll try to write something like, oh, I'm so glad to hear that for you. I'm rooting for you, and then just give them like an upvote. Because I know even though it's digital and even though you're not really able to talk to them, it still gives you a good feeling when other people like whatever you say, and it gives you a better feeling of like, I don't know, just helps your day, from my personal experience, if people are liking your stuff and supporting you and everything. So I try to do that as well. And that's one thing I started doing over the past couple of weeks, and I'll try to continue it. So yeah. What helps me? Really the meditation I do every morning is very helpful for me, because the first thing I do is, even if I've got zero energy, I try to do and I'm super tired, I'll try to still do push-ups or some kind of exercise where I actually just force myself out of the bed and get something done. That might be miserable, I might not want to do, but I'll just try to do that immediately. And so that kind of gets me started in the day. I've overcome something I didn't want to do, and that's the very first thing. If it's maybe, even if it's like 10 push-ups or 5. I remember one of the first days I could only do like 5 push-ups, and usually I do like 40 or something. So yeah, that's the very first step. And that helps me just have a sense of accomplishment immediately. And then after that, like I said, I'll do my meditation routine. And I think that helps me also in terms of facing the day, because I have like different steps I go through of things I'll meditate upon. And each one of those is kind of designed to help me live in the moment and accept anything that might go wrong in the day and not worry about future or past. Um, and then I've got, and then I'll go through and try to think about the things that I've done in that meditation, like that I'm working on personally, trying to improve, whether it's not being as big of a slob or whatever it is, things that I've noticed. So I'll meditate on those. And that helps me just focus on the day, focus on improving over the previous day, and gives me something like, even if I'm experiencing pain or some discomfort, um, being able to deal with it. Because one of the meditations, like when you do these, a lot of these Buddhist meditations, I mean, one of the ones I do is you're sitting there, you're breathing in, and then you breathe out, and then you breathe in, and you breathe out. And between each breath, you just focus on your breathing, and then you meditate on some concept. So, like, one of them is equanimity, or just being calm under stress. And you'll say, "Let me be calm, because these could be my last breaths." And that's just all you're focusing on, is the moment and calmness. And that gives you sort of a sense of serenity, and really calmness throughout the day, or at least it does for me. And then you'll progress on through different things you'll meditate upon. So, like, one of them, the next one that comes in that step is compassion for those around you. Kindness comes, and then so that's one of the meditations. It's got different parts. Okay, so another thing that helps me is talking to my family. So, I'm one of those people that's kind of a little bit of a hermit. I don't, I feel like I've lost energy when I'm in big groups of people. But still, I think it's one thing that's helped me is spending time with with my wife, talking to her, talking to my parents, my brothers and sisters, and just spending more time with my close knit family and friends. My wife's family, her siblings. I've talked to a lot. Some of them are doctors, and they've helped me out. And they'll, come visit. And the same thing for my family. They'll call me and they'll talk to me. I'll talk to them, and we're able to stay in touch. And I think that support group of, even if you just have a couple people that you're really close with, it doesn't have to be huge, but just, having some people around you that you can talk to every day, where you're not constantly thinking about whatever maybe pain you're going through or something like that, where you're able to just talk to them about everyday things and enjoy a conversation. So today, over the last couple of days, it's always something. But 2 days ago was the first day I felt like I had energy again and was able to do things. And then about a day before that, a couple days before that, I started having constipation. And so that's been the most unpleasant thing over the past couple of days, 4 days, is having that. So now I've got energy, but I've got constipation problems. And that's something I never had before. Never mind. I don't think maybe as a kid. I think as a kid I had constipation problems, but now I'm starting to have them. And, I don't know what it's due to, probably some of the medications. Or maybe also another thing it could be is that I'm taking tons of water pills for all the water in my body. And so it could be caused by just not having enough water. But anyway, so that's something I'm dealing with on the side. I think, but I want to discuss things like this because I feel like if I were someone who had just got a diagnosis of lymphoma and was looking online for videos or something, I would also kind of want to know, like, okay, what are some things people experience as side effects? So there's that, but that is what it is. And other than that, today's been great. I've been able to, eat some delicious meals prepared by my wife, do some reading. Yeah, it's been a good day.